doctor never told you this. After 60, your prostate is quietly changing every single day. And the thing that can protect it the most is already sitting in your kitchen.
Here's something most men over 60 don't want to think about. Prostate problems are not rare. They are not something that only happens to other guys. Right now, 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. And after the age of 60, that risk jumps dramatically. But here's what nobody talks about. Most men don't even feel it happening. No pain, no warning, nothing. The prostate just quietly grows, quietly changes, and quietly causes damage while you go about your life thinking everything is fine. And the worst part, a lot of guys find out way too late. By the time the symptoms show up, the constant bathroom trips at 2 a.m., the weak stream, the pressure, the problem has already been building for years. But this video is not about scaring you. This is about giving you something real. Because science has now identified 7 specific foods that can naturally slow down prostate damage, lower your risk, and keep things working the way they should. And most of these foods cost less than a cup of coffee.
All right, let's get into the actual foods. And we're starting with one that's probably sitting in your kitchen right now: tomatoes. Now, before you say, yeah, tomatoes are healthy, I know, stick with me. Because what's inside a tomato is something genuinely special for your prostate specifically. Tomatoes contain something called lycopene. It's a natural compound, a pigment actually, that gives tomatoes their red color. And researchers have found that lycopene does something remarkable inside the prostate. It literally slows down the growth of prostate cancer cells. It blocks certain signals that tell those cells to multiply. But here's the part most people get wrong. Raw tomatoes are good, but cooked tomatoes are actually better. When you heat a tomato, cook it, roast it, turn it into a sauce, the lycopene becomes much easier for your body to absorb. Studies show that men who regularly eat cooked tomato products had up to a 35% lower chance of developing an enlarged prostate. That's not a supplement. That's not a prescription. That's a bowl of tomato soup or a plate of pasta with marinara sauce doing real protective work inside your body. So the next time you cook, add tomatoes. Cook them. Don't skip this one.
Food number 2, and I know what you're thinking, not broccoli, anything but broccoli. But stay with me, because what broccoli does inside your prostate is genuinely unlike anything else on this list. Broccoli contains a compound called sulforaphane. It's produced when you chew or chop broccoli, and it does something that scientists find remarkable. It actually travels through your bloodstream and accumulates directly inside prostate tissue. Scientists confirmed this in a real human study. They gave men broccoli supplements before a prostate biopsy and found sulforaphane building up right there, in the prostate itself. And once it gets there, it goes to work. It switches off genes that tell cancer cells to grow. It acts like a kind of natural DNA repair system inside the prostate. Research from the ESCAPE trial, a 12-month randomized controlled study, found that men who regularly consumed broccoli soup showed measurable changes in gene expression in their prostate tissue, consistent with a lower risk of cancer progression. A separate double-blind study also found that sulforaphane significantly reduced PSA levels. That's the marker doctors use to track prostate problems. And here's the best part. You don't need to eat mountains of it. A few servings a week, steamed, roasted, or even in a soup, is enough to start making a difference. Broccoli is not boring. Broccoli is protection.
Food number 3. And this one might surprise you because it's not even really a food. It's a drink. Green tea. Now, I'm not talking about the sugary bottled stuff you find at the gas station. I mean real green tea, brewed from actual leaves. And the difference it can make for your prostate is backed by real clinical trials. Green tea contains powerful antioxidants called catechins. The most important one is called EGCG, epigallocatechin 3 gallate. That's a mouthful, so just remember, EGCG. This compound has been studied extensively for its ability to interfere with the growth of cancer cells and even trigger cancer cell death in lab studies. Here's what's especially interesting. In countries across Asia where green tea is consumed daily, prostate cancer death rates are among the lowest in the entire world. That's not a coincidence. Researchers noticed this decades ago and started running trials. A randomized controlled trial published in Cancer Prevention Research found that men taking green tea catechins showed a measurable decrease in PSA levels. That's the key marker your doctor tracks to monitor prostate health. Lower PSA, less progression. 3 cups a day. That's genuinely all it takes to get meaningful levels of EGCG into your system. This is the easiest swap on this entire list. Replace 1 coffee a day with green tea. Your prostate will thank you.
Food number 4 might be the most underrated item on this entire list: pomegranate. Most people think of it as just another fruit. A little messy, a little expensive, maybe something you only eat around the holidays. But inside those tiny red seeds are powerful compounds called polyphenols. These natural antioxidants help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress, 2 major factors linked to prostate aging and damage. Now here's where things get really interesting. Researchers conducted a study involving men who had already been treated for prostate cancer. They asked those men to drink pomegranate juice every day. The results shocked even the researchers. Before the study, the men's PSA doubling time averaged about 15 months. After regularly drinking pomegranate juice, that number increased to roughly 54 months. Think about that for a second. A higher PSA doubling time means prostate-related disease is progressing much more slowly. Now, pomegranate juice isn't a cure, and it's not a replacement for medical care, but seeing that kind of change from a simple food is exactly why pomegranate earned a place on this list. And if you don't like the juice, eat the seeds. Add them to yogurt, sprinkle them on salads, toss them into oatmeal. Tiny seeds, potentially powerful protection.
Food number 5 is probably already sitting in your spice cabinet right now: turmeric. For thousands of years, turmeric has been used in traditional medicine. But what makes scientists excited today isn't the spice itself. It's a powerful compound inside it called curcumin. Curcumin is one of the most extensively studied natural anti-inflammatory compounds in the world. And that's important because chronic inflammation is one of the hidden drivers behind many prostate problems. Think of inflammation like a small fire. When it burns for a few days, your body can handle it. But when it burns for years, it can slowly damage tissues, disrupt normal cell function, and contribute to prostate enlargement and disease progression. That's where curcumin comes in. Research has shown that curcumin can help reduce inflammatory signals throughout the body. In laboratory studies, it has also demonstrated the ability to interfere with pathways involved in prostate cancer growth. Now, here's a little trick most people don't know. Turmeric by itself isn't absorbed very well, but when you combine it with black pepper, absorption increases dramatically. That's because black pepper contains a natural compound called piperine that helps your body utilize curcumin more effectively. So don't just sprinkle turmeric on food. Pair it with a little black pepper. Small habit, big potential payoff.
Food number 6 is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods on the planet: fatty fish. We're talking about salmon, sardines, mackerel, trout, and herring. Now, what makes these fish special isn't the protein. It's the omega-3 fatty acids packed inside them. Omega-3s help your body produce compounds that calm inflammation rather than fuel it. And remember, chronic inflammation is one of the biggest enemies of long-term prostate health. Researchers have spent decades studying omega-3s. While no single food can guarantee protection, many studies suggest that diets rich in omega-3 fatty acids are associated with healthier aging and may support better prostate function over time. Think of omega-3s as maintenance workers. Every day, your body experiences wear and tear. Inflammation, oxidative stress, and cellular damage slowly add up. Omega-3s help your body manage that damage more effectively. And here's another advantage. Fatty fish is doing more than helping your prostate. It's also supporting your heart, your brain, your joints, and your overall health. That's a rare combination. If you can eat fatty fish 2 or 3 times a week, you're giving your body a steady supply of one of the most important nutrients for healthy aging. One food benefits from head to toe.
Food number 7 is actually a 2-for-1 deal: walnuts and flaxseed. And if you've made it this far, you're about to discover one of the easiest prostate health upgrades on this entire list. Let's start with walnuts. Walnuts are packed with healthy fats, antioxidants, and plant-based omega-3 fatty acids. They help fight oxidative stress, the cellular wear and tear that accumulates as we age. Then there's flaxseed. These tiny seeds contain compounds called lignans. Scientists have become increasingly interested in lignans because they may help support healthy hormone metabolism and reduce inflammatory activity throughout the body. Now, here's what's fascinating. Several studies have observed that men who consume flaxseed regularly often show favorable changes in markers associated with prostate health. Researchers continue to study exactly why, but the results have been encouraging enough to attract significant attention. And the best part? You don't need much. A small handful of walnuts, 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed. That's it.
Sprinkle flaxseed into oatmeal, yogurt, smoothies, or even soups. Toss walnuts into salads or simply eat them as a snack. Simple, affordable, and incredibly easy to make part of your daily routine. Because sometimes the biggest health benefits come in the smallest packages. Now, take a step back and look at this list. Tomatoes, broccoli, green tea, pomegranate, turmeric, fatty fish, walnuts, and flaxseed. None of these foods are exotic. None require a prescription. None cost hundreds of dollars a month. And yet together, they target some of the biggest threats to prostate health: inflammation, oxidative stress, cellular damage, and the natural changes that happen as we age. Here's the truth. There is no magic food. There is no miracle supplement. And there is no single habit that guarantees perfect prostate health. But there is something even more powerful: consistency. Because prostate problems don't develop overnight. They develop over years. And the habits that help protect your health work the same way. One meal, one grocery trip, one healthy choice at a time. Imagine where you could be a year from now if even 3 or 4 of these foods became part of your regular routine. That's the opportunity in front of you today. So here's my challenge. Pick one food from this list and start this week. Not next month, not someday, this week. And if you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments. Which of these 7 foods do you already eat the most? Take care of your prostate now so we can take care of you later. The foods we covered today can be incredibly powerful, but let's be honest, most of us don't eat tomatoes, broccoli, green tea, turmeric, and all the other prostate-supporting foods every single day. That's why many men over 60 choose to add a dedicated prostate support supplement to their routine. One option I've been researching is Advanced Prostate Formula. It combines several well-known prostate support ingredients, including saw palmetto, pygeum, stinging nettle, lycopene, zinc, and other nutrients designed to support healthy prostate function and urinary health. If you're tired of planning your day around bathroom trips, or you're worried about staying healthy and independent as the years go by, it may be worth taking a closer look. I've placed a link in the description below. Take care of your prostate today so future you can enjoy tomorrow with confidence.